everybody, welcome. This is the Vitruvian Live, finally back here. I'm going to try to do a couple of videos this week. I'm just back from Spiel 2022 in Essen, Germany, a big board game convention, and I'm going to do 3 videos about it. First starting with this one, where I'm going to just talk a little bit about my impressions and experiences at the convention for this year, and there will be one about the games as well, the games that I bought mostly, and maybe 1 or 2 that I played as well. The games that I bought are hidden right next to me, so that's for the next video probably, and I'm going to do one video about the people, because I had some good times and I met some nice people that I met for the first time, and people that I met after a long time as well. But that's for one of the next episodes. So first today, my impressions. So for you that don't know Spiel is a convention, as I said, in Essen, Germany, which is there every year in October most of the times. And wow, it's a big one. So there's still discussions about which one is the biggest in the world, Gen Con or Spiel, but this one is definitely the biggest in Europe. And it's an interesting one. It's most about buying games. This is really a fair where people go to buy. You can demo there. I do demos for Portal Games, as I did this year. I mostly demoed their new game Basilica, which is a remake or re-implementation of the 2-player game Basilica that was released some years ago, and also 11, the football club management game that they released this year, and so that was that. So there were a lot of options to go and try out games as well, but it was kind of busy again. So last year was a little bit less busy because it was still during COVID a little bit. So you really noticed that last year that there were less people. This year was again very busy. Now I wouldn't say it was as busy as 2019, I think, was the one, because I think they skipped 2020, so 2019, but still it was busy. So it's harder to get a lot of demos played at the convention, because tables are quite full most of the time, and well, that's also a good thing for the publishers, of course. So we all had to wear masks, so that was a little bit annoying, of course. I arrived there on Wednesday, and so 5 days of wearing a mask, it got a little bit annoying, but of course health is more important. So I understand numbers were going up again in Germany, so they just changed the rule, made it a little bit more strict than it was before, sadly enough, but that's how it goes. What else did I really notice quite big time was the difficulties in shipping, or being careful in the numbers they shipped. There were quite some games that reached the convention not on time, or in very small quantities, or barely in time. For example, one of the big anticipated games was the War of the Ring, the card game by Aries games. They got their game released by customs on Thursday morning around 8 o'clock. So they were lucky. They just got their copies of the games. But for example, Gale Force 9, who are releasing Firefly Misbehaving, a new Firefly deck building game, their game, the new one, because they had games, but the ones they wanted to sell, the Firefly game, was stuck in customs. I went by their booth every day to check if they managed to get them released, but unluckily they didn't. I also saw Tokaido Duo only arrive at Thursday or Friday, I think Friday even, so also a date late. Splendor Duel, for example, only had 100 copies each day, so they opened they opened selling them around 10:15 in the morning. 100 copies, and that's it every day. So that's only 400 copies for a complete convention. I think they could have sold probably 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, I don't know, but they could have sold a lot. I did see, I think, because I really was looking forward to buy 3,000 Scoundrels there by Unexpected Games, but the designer said that they wouldn't have copies at Spiel. There were copies at Spiel, so that's the other way around. So they thought they would not be on time, and they were. But still, I saw a lot of things in that area. Few copies. Cat in a Box, which would be one of the biggest hits of the convention. They only had 150, 170 copies. They were sold out in like 2 hours, maybe an hour even. So that was a little bit sad. But that was really something that caught my eye. There were a lot of problems with shipping, and it was still, again, kind of busy. Less busy still, but as I said, quite busy. Also noticed, because my booth, the booth of Portal Games, was right next to the booth of Plan B Games, who were releasing Great Western Trail Argentina. It was really interesting, especially on Thursday. So on Thursday, when I had to start demoing at 10 when the convention opened, and it was really quiet at the demo tables in the beginning, because everybody runs to the game they really want, maybe stand in line, as they had to do with Great Western Trail. That was a pretty impressive line that passed by our booth. So yeah, it's every year the same. Every morning, especially on Thursday, you don't see a lot of people going to the demo tables. You see a lot of people running to that booth of that one game they really, really, really have to have. All right, and I think to end this this impression of what I saw was also prices. The prices of the games are really going up. It was pretty expensive. I had to buy a copy of Lacrimosa for a friend of mine. It was 70 euros, which is starting to get pretty steep for, well, what is a normal box-sized Euro game. This would have, in the past, would have been a 50 euro game, maybe 55, but now it's 70 euros. The War of the Ring, the card game, I pre-ordered it. It was a little bit cheaper, but still, at the convention it was 50 euros. It's not that many cards, to be honest. There are quite a bit of cards in there, but still, again, the prices are going up. It's the reality. That's how it will be. I'm not sure if it will ever go back down, if all the shenanigans with shipping and with the war and all that stuff will stop. But I heard people complaining. I heard also people understanding the situation. But it is getting really expensive. It is still a luxury product in some way. People don't need all those games. I don't say that they are not useful, of course, but still, it is something, well, maybe, yeah, that's we'll have to live with it, I think. Anyway, I could talk more about other stuff, of course, but I will later. I will talk about the games that I bought, that I saw, and also the people that I met. And that's for next time, folks. Thank you for watching this episode. It's good to be back once more. As always, I will try to make some more content in the near future. I think I'm kind of forced to in some circumstances. We'll see. But it's good to see you all. And let me know in the comments, did you go to Spiel? Let me know what you thought of the convention. You can already talk about the games you bought maybe, but that will also be for later. So if you want to keep that answer still a secret, let it know next time when I talk about the games that I bought as well. Besides that, let me know how you are doing. How is your life going in all these crazy times in the world? I'm really curious and eager to find out. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time. See you in the future. Bye-bye.